Hi, everyone. Welcome. And I think we've got Anjani here too. Anjani, would you like to show yourself? Come on down. Hi, everyone. Hi, just hi there, Anjani. Just got and I think we've got Anjani here too. Anjani, would you like to show yourself? Come on down. Got a double sound here. All sorts of interesting things happening. Hi, just hi there, Anjani. Just got and I think we've got Anjani here too. Anjani, would you like to show yourself? Come on down. Got a double sound here. All sorts of interesting things happening. Hi, just hi there, Anjani. Just got and I think we've got double sound here. All sorts of interesting things happening. All right, I think we're on the single sound now. And still got people coming into YouTube. Welcome everyone on YouTube to our Sahaja Yoga meditation. Right, I think we're on the single sound now. And still got people coming into YouTube. Welcome everyone on YouTube to our Sahaja Yoga meditation. I think we're on the single sound now. So welcome everyone. I think you can hear me in a single voice now. We have Anjani here, who you may have met last week, which was a very interesting subject on genes and Sahaja Yoga. So that was quite interesting, Anjani. When you get a minute, if you unmute and show your video, that would be nice. But tonight, our subject is true knowledge. And that's also a very interesting question because we think, particularly Anjani, you've done so much study that, you know, the things that you study and you feel you know about them is true knowledge. But the question is it? And what exactly is true knowledge? When you can, Anjani, I really want you to address that subject. What I thought we would do tonight is we'll talk about that more when you become visible there, Anjani. But what would be nice is if we hear from Srimataji on this subject. It's a very interesting talk that Anjani's prepared for us tonight. It's from quite some time ago, in fact 1981. So there's some quite good treasures in the talks from earlier on. So 1981, the video technology was a little less. So we don't actually have video on this one. So we've got the sound. We will have a picture of Srimataji for, you know, you can focus, and also that the photograph of Srimataji also gives a lot of vibrational lift. You could say, you know, a picture of anyone might give you a vibrational lift, but particularly if it's a picture of a realized soul, and then Srimataji, who is does have very special effect on people. So if you're looking at that photograph of Srimataji, you might start to feel, particularly those of you who've already been attending for a while, you might start to feel that thoughtlessness or the increase in the feel of vibrations. And that's an interesting point, the feel as opposed to the idea of it, which does really bring us back to true knowledge. Because I was kind of thinking true knowledge is something that you feel it in your bones, or you literally, as far as Sahaja Yoga is concerned, you're feeling it in your your subtle nervous system, your central nervous system, or in the medical field, you would call it the parasympathetic nervous system. You feel things. And so I was just wondering, for those of you who are medically inclined, would you say it was something that you feel in your parasympathetic nervous system is the only thing you can say is true knowledge?
Hi guys. Sorry, we've been having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure exactly what Auntie Lynn got up to. But I'm Anjani and I was going to co-host this session for today. We'll just wait a second to see if she rejoins.
Hi, Anjani.
Hey, Auntie.
Cascading number of little mishaps, nice and spontaneous. I'm going to spotlight you. Anjani, I neglected to do that earlier. Anyway, you're pinned, and I'll also be pinned. Here we are, we're both here. So Anjani, I'm not sure if you heard me earlier talking about what our subject for the night was, true knowledge. And, my question was, is everything we've studied, being a recent study, much more recent than myself, Anjani, do you feel that there's an element of true knowledge in the studies, or is it what we feel subtle nervous system?
I
think
it's probably an element of both.
Yep.
So in the sense that this idea that the truth probably exists on a different plane, and it's a plane that we experience.
Yeah.
And so you experience a true knowledge, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely experiencing the true knowledge. What have I lost us? What might be good is if we carry on this conversation after we listen to the talk of Srimataji, seeing as I've taken us all around the world a bit in our cascading number of bloopers. And we'll take that up again after we listen to the talk of Srimataji. Thank you, everyone, for your patience in our technological hiccups. I take full responsibility for that. But we might get straight to the point, because it's a lovely talk that you've picked out, Anjani, where Srimataji does get to all the relevant details that we don't need to actually talk much about. I'll just share that talk, and we'll have a nice meditation after that as well. All right. See you on the other side. The talk will take us into meditation. And as I did mention, whether or not you heard it or not, it's not a video as such. So you've got the static picture of Srimataji for nice focus and lovely wordings. So apologies if the sound is a little different, because it's 1981, but well worth it. Here we go. In the fullness of time.
I'll start with the first question.
Just redoing that, everyone. Bear with me. I don't think you can hear, so I think I know what's happened.
Saha means with, Ja means born. It is born with you.
That means the right to have this union with the divine is born. It is within you, it is built in. As in a seed, it is built in. To be a tree, it is built in within you that you have to become one with the divine. Sahaja also naturally means spontaneous, living. Because of living force, the seed becomes the tree. In the same way, you become one with the divine as your evolution takes you. Or you can say it's the breakthrough into the new consciousness, into the new dimension of collective consciousness. You become. Again I say you become. It's not brainwashing, it's not saying whatever may I say or lecture has no meaning. It should happen to you. It's a happening. That's why Christ has also very clearly said that you are to be born again. You are to be baptized, not by some sort of a person coming and saying, all right, I baptize you. You cannot do that. It has.
Bear with me for one more minute. The live streaming people. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. We've got it. They're on. Just had to check that everything was fine with them. We're good. Thank you.
To happen. Something has to happen within. Your dimension, that is the human dimension, has to become a spiritual dimension. We don't understand living things because perhaps we do not sometimes pay attention to it. We take it for granted. Like a flower becoming a fruit. No, it just spontaneously, it becomes a fruit. What do we do? Nothing. Do we stand on our heads or do some asanas? Nothing. It becomes, because it is meant to be there. It's a flower and flower has to become the fruit. You can't help it. It has to be there. In the same way, human beings have to become yogis, one with the God. That's the plan. That's the divine plan. And that's why it is absolutely spontaneous. You cannot put in effort. There's no question of money business also. It's very surprising that the other day somebody said, Mother, if you pay money then we feel certain. I mean, just the other way around. For God, you should never pay money. How can you? He doesn't understand money. He doesn't understand your pounds and rupees and all that. He doesn't understand these things. He never created this. This is your business. Human beings have done this. If you show a pound, say, to a flower, will it become fruit? Or even when the baby is to be born, does it understand money? It happens spontaneously. Now see, the spontaneity in human life is so prevalent, but we do not see. When the child is conceived by a mother, also, we don't think that nothing foreign is acceptable to this body. It's all thrown away. How is it this foreign thing is not only accepted, but nourished, nurtured, and is eliminated at a time when it is absolutely natural? Nature works in such beautiful things. We do not see these thousands of flowers that turn every minute into fruits. We don't see them. In the same way, we have to be something more than we are. That's why we are at a point where we're in confusion. More to add to that is our freelance intellectualism, freelance seeking. All these things have added to our troubles. But we have to convince ourselves one thing, that we have to become something more. Become. Again I say become. If you have to become something, then we have to be truthful and honest to ourselves that we have not yet been so. So what do we have to become? Also we must know fully what have we to become. Now you may say there are people who are going out for jumping and some people are going for flying. Or some I don't know, all kinds of things. We are not going to become birds now to fly. Why do you want to fly? I just don't understand. You are already flying bit too much. Then there are people who think that by standing on your heads, how can that be? Something has to happen within us. What do we have to expect from our realization? The self. When we realize, we have to understand ourselves, not mentally. How do we understand? We've got fingers, not mentally. We know it is there. It's a fact. You see it yourself. You feel it. You handle them. You are master of them. In the same way, when you are self-realized, what have you to know is what kind of thing you are inside. You have to know, you have to feel it, you have to understand it that way. You are within yourself these centers. Now these centers that are shown here are on a subtler existence. You can't see them normally, but when the force that is there, that triangular ball, you can see there is a force called Kundalini in Sanskrit language. If it is in Sanskrit, doesn't mean it is owned by Indians. Not at all. It is owned by the whole world. Everybody has it. This force that is within us is the premium, is the germinating force within us. You can see which has to there is a force called and pierce through all these 6 centers. And then you get your baptism. You get this fontanelle bone opened out and then you feel the cool breeze coming out. Today, you must have heard in the radio, the fellow was feeling it there. He said, I hate to admit, but it's there. Yes, that's how it should be. It's not that anybody can say, I'm baptizing you, or among Hindus they have a ceremony in which they say that a child can be sort of made a Brahman. Then there's a ceremony even among Parsis and also among Muslims, where they say now he's become a Mormon or a Pir. It's not, you have to be. All of them have said it so clearly. Muhammad has said very clearly, Nanaka has said it, Kabira has said it, Adi Shankaracharya has said it, of course Christ has said it. That you have to be born again is the point. Now how are you going to be born again? We have an egg on the east. Do we understand what is the symbol of the egg? That we all are eggs. And Christ, by his crucifixion, has created a special place within us by which we can be reborn. Knowledge of Christ. I don't know why it did trickle down properly to people. You'll be happy to know that actually my father was member of the Church of Scotland and I have attended many of these sermons from the priests who went from here in Church of Scotland there. And I have a special love for them. But what I felt, that they did not understand Christ at all. As a child also, I used to wonder how to talk to these people. They are absolutely ignorant about Christ. Now who is Christ? Christ is described very well in our Indian books, we can say, ancient books, as Mahavishnu. It is very clearly described who he is, how he is going to come, how he was created, and what is his speciality. What is his relation with Sri Krishna, what is his relationship with Radha, with other deities. It's very clearly described. Christ himself has said, those who are not against me are with me. Who are those who are not against me? I mean, people did not allow him to exist more than 3-4 years as such. They just crucified him. I mean, what did he do? He crucified. What bad things did he do? Of course, intellectuals will never accept Christ. Of course, the bureaucrats did not. Who did accept? Only the downtrodden people. Today the times have changed. Now let us see within us, where does Christ exist? Because I was told Scotland people are more Christian minded. Let's see if you are really. It should not be any church mindedness, because that could be quite blind. I have seen that. but it should be Christian idea about Christ. Let's see how Christ exists within us. Let's see. It's a hypothesis for you to see and then to verify if it is true or not. Christ is placed within us. In that center there, below that lotus, in here where you see this red mark is the window of that. You can say this is the blood of Christ. In the center of optic chiasma, where the optic nerves cross, there's a very subtle center called as Agya Chakra in Sanskrit. And this center controls the pituitary and the pineal glands on both the sides, which control our ego and super. Is this very subtle center where Christ is the one who crossed the door. He said, I am the light and the God. That's the light. He had to cross that center of light. That center is made from the element of light. He crossed that center. That means he crossed for all of us. He crossed that center for all of us. For what? That when that center is awakened within us, means Christ is awakened within us at that center, then he does a very special thing. He sucks in these two, blue and the yellow, you can say balloons within our head. One is the ego and another is the superego, by which he sucks in our sins, karmas as they call it in Sanskrit. If you have done anything wrong, so-called, or if we are pestered by our past, then he sucks these two problems within us, by which the pressure in our head reduces. And this portion opens out. That's the gate. Through the open area you see on top, that's the limbic area on the physical term, but is actually the kingdom of God. And from there you open out into Brahmarandra, is the fontanelle bone area, where you really feel the cool breeze coming out. Really feel it with your full consciousness. You can feel it, the breeze coming out. The breeze is flowing from it. This is the energy that's flowing. Now the seat of the spirit is here. The seat I'm saying. But spirit exists besides in your heart. So first thing that happens to you is that you start feeling the cool breeze in the hand, and you start feeling the cool breeze coming out. So your karmas are sucked in by Christ. So the whole karma theory is over now. I wish the people who went to India told that the one that is predicted, who is going to come on this earth to suck our karmas, has already come. But they did not. You see, they did not say these things to them. What they told them was that now you have to get converted. I mean, this is absurd. What conversion? They put a loaf in the well, and foolish Indians also thought that it was the meat of the beef being too. And the whole village got converted to Christianity. Can you imagine such Christians? If they had conveyed properly to Indians, they would have been so happy to know that the one that is promised has come now to suck our karmas. They are still cleansing their karmas in India. And the gurus are coming down here to tell you about karmas and taking money from you.
The talk was so nice, feeling very meditative. Maybe we can ask Anjani to take us into meditation. If it is your first time joining us, just follow along. And I've got a little slide of where the hand positions are in case you're wondering what Anjani is saying. But we'll get her to do that, I think. Anjani, would you like to give us a little meditate? You might have to open your video if you can, and your sound. Have I not given you the ability to do that? Is a very good question. Let's see. Should be able to. Mute. Oops, a daisy. So if everyone just keeps their hands palm up on their lap and focus on your breath for a little while. I see Anjani's about to manifest on the screen.
I think the video is not working, but the volume is.
We can hear you though.
Yeah, we can just do the meditation like that then. So to start with the self-realization meditation, we just first make sure that we're comfortable. And we'll take start by just grounding ourselves. So we'll take a big deep breath in.
Just
hold it and then breathe out. And then a deep breath in again. A deep breath out. And then breathe in one more time. Hold it.
just got the system chart on the screen for you, Anjani. Just you can see the different channels.
And so to start with, we'll keep our left palm just on our lap, facing upwards, and we'll put our right hand on the left side of our chest. And here we'll start by asking Mother, who, for those of you who might be new, when we say Mother, what we're referring to is the Kundalini energy within us. And so that's the energy that we, through this process, try to awaken so that it can help us grow within our subtle system and our understanding of ourselves. So we ask here, Mother, am I the spirit? Mother, who am I? Am I what I think I am? Am I what other people tell me I am? Am I the things that I do, or am I the things that I think? Or am I something beyond that? Am I part of a greater truth? Am I the spirit? And then, having asked this question, we put our right hand on the lower side of our ribcage. This is the center that relates to self-mastery. And here we ask again, addressing the question to the same energy. We say, Mother, am I my own master? Am I really in control of myself? Or is it other people that control me? Is it my parents? Or perhaps my friends? Am I really my own master? And then we put our hand to the lower part of our abdomen, where the hip and it joins the torso. And here now we ask again, this is the center of pure knowledge. And when we say pure knowledge, we mean knowledge that is kind of like what Mother was referring to in the what we listened to in the talk, knowledge that is kind of always true. And so it's knowledge that is pure. And so here we ask Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. And then we raise our hand back to the bottom of our rib cage, where our hand was before.
Position number 5 on the chart.
And here we now affirm, we say, Mother, I am my own master. I am in control of myself. I am not guided by things around me, by people around me. I am my own master. I am my own guru. And then we raise our hand higher and we put it on the left side of our chest where we initially started. And here again, now we affirm and we say, Mother, I am the Spirit. I'm not defined by my physical limitations or by my own mental projections or the mental projections of other people. I am the Spirit. I am part of that pure energy that's within all of us. I'm the Spirit. And we move our hand to where our neck and shoulder meet on the left side. And this is the center of guilt. And so here we affirm, Mother, I am not guilty. Mother, I don't hold on to guilt. I learn from my mistakes because I am my own master and I'm the Spirit. So I'm not defined by these past actions, which I accumulate as guilt. I learn from them, and therefore I am not guilty. Then moving our hand onto our forehead. Here we say, Mother, I forgive everyone. I forgive all of those who have wronged me. I am the Spirit, so I don't hold on to negative thoughts about these things. I forgive. And most importantly, Mother, I forgive myself. I forgive myself any past wrongdoings because I'm not guilty, because I am the Spirit. So I'm beyond. I forgive myself. And we put this hand on the back side of our head, and you may want to lean your head backwards a little bit so that it sits in the palm of your hand. And here we also ask for forgiveness. We say, Mother, please forgive me. Please forgive me if I've done anything wrong. I'm the Spirit. I'm your child. Please forgive me. And then finally, you may want to put your hand on the top of your head. So in the air, you want your palm to be touching the fontanelle bone, which was the bone that was soft on your scalp when you were a child. And with your hand there, here we say thank you. Thank you, Motherji. We thank Mother for our self-realization. Thank you for giving me this knowledge. Thank you for showing me that I am my own master and that I am the Spirit, so I do not need to be guilty. Thank you for teaching me to forgive and for also forgiving me. You may want to massage the top of your head slightly with your palm by pressing down hard and moving the skin of your scalp on top of the bone. Then when you feel ready, you can lift your palm and slightly and hover it on top of your head and see if you can feel anything. Perhaps you feel a cool breeze. You may also feel heat. You can also try with your left hand, hovering it in the middle of your head. See if you feel anything that way. And try again with your right. You can put your hand back in your lap and we'll just stay in this state of meditation.
It felt very nice, Anjani. Thank you for that. Maybe we can just deepen our meditation by doing some balancing and just see if that makes a difference. The balancing of the left and the right, which I'm sure you've all done quite a few times. So we drop our right hand to the ground, and the one we're trying to balance, the left hand, our left side of emotions and thoughts of the past, we keep that left hand on our lap, and it's kind of facing towards our photograph of Srimataji. You can feel the cool coming over the left hand and clearing out something into the earth with that right hand. Just keeping our eyes closed still and keeping our attention up there at the top of our head. Just let our Kundalini do the work and help us to feel as opposed to think of any thoughts from the past. We're desiring from our heart that any habits or things from the past that keep dragging us away from our present moment fall away into the earth. So we're asking Mother, please absorb anything that's hampering my spiritual evolution. So again, it's a feeling rather than a thought. And just bring that right hand back on our lap, open on our lap. And the left hand we bend with our palm facing behind. And we're wanting to use the element of the air, which is all part of divine. So we're, from our heart, asking Mother, please take away, absorb into the elements any heat from my brain activity, thoughts of the future, anything that keeps pulling me away from the present. So again, you're still focusing on your breath, letting that breath take your attention up to the top of your head, above that brain center, above the forehead. And then just leaving our attention on the top of our head. 2 hands are open in our lap. Anything drags us back to the future or the past, we can just, I forgive and let it go. So if you hold your hands up a little bit at the level of your heart, just see if they're both feeling similar now. Ideally nice and cool in the centers of your palms. But it's all good if there's something warm that's being evicted. That's also good. But again, if you were feeling more or less on one of the hands, then you just do a little longer. But tomorrow's another day. Whatever clears out today is good. So we'll do the short form of going through the affirmations, which is our raising our kundalini and putting ourselves into that lovely protection of vibrations over our aura. So it's raising our kundalini with our hands. So the left hand's winding up, tying a knot at the top of our head because we really want to keep our attention up there. Let's do it again. 2 knots. And the third time, 3 knots. 3 channels, 3 knots. We really want to keep our attention up there and feeling as opposed to thinking. And it kind of takes us back to where we began, Anjani, of feeling the true knowledge as opposed to thinking about it. If anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we probably will be ending with a bit of music for those who want to carry on YouTube meditating for a bit. And we will end the YouTube in a couple of minutes. And if you're on Zoom now and you want to have a little chat, that's welcome. And it'll be once YouTube's off and it's not recorded, so feel free. But I will share a bit more music. Anjani, is there anything you wanted to add about that true knowledge before we music off and go to questions? Thoughtless? I thought so. I felt so. All right, we will have a bit of meditation question. Thank you, Alex. Yes, Alex. Alex is just asking if we can stay back after the session, and that's exactly what we've got planned. So we will put a bit of music on, so a couple more minutes of meditation if you feel like, and those of us on Zoom will have a bit of a chit-chat, and after a few minutes we'll end the YouTubers session. So thank you so much for joining, everyone, and thank you, Anjani. That was fabulous meditation, as always, and let's carry on with the music and chat amongst ourselves. Just sharing that now. We have. Maybe we'll have a raga for the heart. What do you say? What we got here? Saying good night to those of you on, and look forward to next time being good night. And everyone who's still there,